What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Guess what? I was trying to watch a Nollywood movie. Suddenly I started getting all kinds of messages on my Facebook page. People telling me what's going on in Nigeria. I said, this is better than Nollywood now. So I turned off Nollywood. It's very sad, but it's also very entertaining. Because me, I don't cry anymore. I just laugh when I see these things. First of all, you guys know that PDP has split into two. So the new PDP office that was launched in River State was shut down the same day that they were launching their new office. Policemen went there with about 16 patrol vehicles, They said that they wanted to ensure law and order. So guess what? They drove out all the members of the new PDP during their launching. Just try to picture that in your mind. They drove them out as they were having their launching. And then they took down their flags, In fact, they harassed some journalists that were trying to take their pictures. So that means that anybody that leaves the old PDP cannot set up office for new PDP anywhere. The policemen blocked the road that leads to the new PDP office, the one that they shut down in River State. The only problem is that one of the routes that they blocked leads to the government house. So when Governor Rotimi Amaechi was going home that night, this is what he met on the road.
Because a commissioner of police get to their house and the governor of a state can't get to his house. You can get that, right?
Yes.
Yes, so the policemen blocked the road. They refused to let the governor pass. After waiting for more than 30 minutes in his car, the governor himself got down to speak with these policemen just so they can let him pass. Certainly they refused. They said we have orders from above. And I'm asking you, who else do you think is higher than the governor in Nigeria? The president? No. You guys, I can't believe that you are making that mistake. How can you overlook? Well, I wanted to say one very important. Actually, there are two important figures. First of all, there is the vice president, yes, and then there is the madam. You get what I'm saying? Our honorable permanent secretary. Yeah, I'm not saying that it was madam or anybody. No, not at all. All I know is that policemen cannot block a governor's road in his own state unless they have some kind of federal backing. Honestly, the guy is still the governor, right? But with all these orders coming from above, they're making the guy look like he has no authority in his own state. He has no power over the policemen in his own state. I'm telling you, this is a only in Nigeria story. Finally, the governor had to turn back to find another route to enter his house. But do you know that the best drama of the week was at the house of the rebel? Wait, who is that woman? Look at that woman. So as much as I like women who are not afraid to stand up for themselves, I will not advise to pick a fight with a man, although we don't know what the guy has done to her before she retaliated. I just hope that her husband has a lot of patience and that he's not skinny. You get what I'm saying? So these officials are now fighting each other every day at the government house. They fight at the parliament, the party's convention. Honestly, what makes these men different from thugs? I'm still trying to process the fact that we actually elected these men into office. They get paid even more than Barack Obama. Really? If they're already doing this in 2013, just know that when the election time comes, some people may not want you to vote for who you want to vote for. I will advise you to start getting ready as well. I already started my own class because nobody is messing with me in 2015. Let me tell you, I've learned that when you see your target, the first thing to do is to get down and then you eye your target like that, and then you move back a little, you walk back, you act as if you are not dangerous, and when they finally think that you are harmless, that is when you launch. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you don't want to mess with me. I can't reveal all the secrets right now, but I just want you guys to know that we are all getting ready for 2015. You don't want to mess with me right now. I'm okay. I'm okay. Hi. Don't mind the fall, It's just a strategy to make you think that I'm not dangerous. And speaking of 2015, did you guys hear that our honorable president fired 9 ministers in one day? We just just woke up one day to find out we no longer have a Minister of Education, we no longer have a Minister of Foreign Affairs, we no longer have a Minister of State for Agriculture, or Minister of Science and Technology, and so on and so forth in one day. Our Oga at the top got rid of all of them in one day. That is for those of you saying the guy no get action. You see, I guess it's just a coincidence though that many of those ministers that were fired, they were either members of, or they are in one way or the other related to the new PDP. I mean, it's just a coincidence, because as a good Nigerian, you know, I would never ever think that maybe Mr. Jonathan is just trying to strategize for 2015. No, I would never think about that. But the only thing that worries me is that why did he overlook the Minister of Petroleum? You know, do well there, Madam Madweke. How you doing now? Why did he overlook her? By the way, I mean, there has been several allegations of corruption levied against this woman for years. You get what I'm saying? How can Mr. President overlook all of that? Even Ribadu's report told us that thousands of barrels of oil disappear every day at the NNPC under Madam's nose. Yet nothing is done about that. And don't forget the Justice Minister, Adoke. How you doing now, my Oga? Whose name came up several times in the OPL 245 scandal. I guess some people are just above the law in Nigeria. And to add salt upon injury, now they are telling us that Mr. Labaran Maku is our defense minister. I said, hey, remember what he said when we were reporting the activities of Boko Haram?
Every day Boko Haram. Every day Boko Haram. You know, I said let's report development. You can see the transformation trend is firmly on track.
Every day Boko Haram. Now that is the man that we are trusting with our security in Nigeria. The devil is a liar. But let me tell you, while these politicians are acting up all these dramas at home, beating up each other, reshuffling ministers and so on, do you know that the US was busy erasing Nigeria from the list of countries eligible to fill out the green card visa lottery? Yes, so my people, the US Department of State said that over 50,000 Nigerians have already immigrated into the US in the last 5 years. Therefore, my people, we no longer qualify for the green card lottery. Yes. Now that means that more than 10,000 Nigerians have moved to the US every year in the last 5 years through the visa lottery alone every year for 5 years. 10,000 Nigerians, and that is different from those who came here on visiting visas and they're still visiting, you know, years after they arrived, you know, they're still visiting. Yes, it's different from those people and thousands of others that came here with student visas. Don't you think that there's a problem when more than 10,000 people would leave a country every year looking for better opportunities? But now that they're telling us that no more, I hope that our leaders will wake up to the challenge of developing our country and making it safe and truly democratic. I hope that they will finally fix our roads and electricity, because as it is, we have to pay £3,000 just to guarantee that we won't overstay our time in the UK. And now America is also saying no more free green cards, and they are trying to make it difficult for us to come to America. That means that our leaders have to do something that will make our country to also look like America or UK, at least for the sake of the 50,000 people who cannot go anywhere in the next 5 years. But what do I know, my people? I'm just keeping it real. Speaking of, you know, taekwondos, there was a spiritual battle last week. It was not funny, my people. Two witches crash landed when they were flying over the house of one prophet. Did you get? Wait, you're asking me where? You're asking me where it happened? Zimbabwe, of course. Yes. I love Zimbabwe, by the way, you know. No offense, my Zimbabwean brothers and sisters. You guys are the best, you know. One love, y'all. But yes, so the story says that about 6 witches were flying, you know, when suddenly 2 of them had engine failures. It was very sad. So they were suddenly like, Mayday, Mayday, can anybody hear us? Mayday, Mayday, we're losing 2 engines. Mayday. It was too late. Before you know what was going on, 2 witches had crash landed and they were really mad. In fact, someone caught them on video. Wait a minute. Can you pause that? She had weave? Honestly, Zimbabwean witches, they're way too cool. They wear wigs. I mean, more people would watch Nollywood movies if the witches would have weave on. No, I'm just saying. You know, I thought that witches just disappear and reappear somewhere. I didn't know that they fly. My friend from Zimbabwe was trying to tell me that witches actually fly naked in Zimbabwe. But for some reason, one of these women was wearing some kind of skin tight. And I'm like, why didn't she just put on a bra after the skin tight, you know? Then people wouldn't have seen that much movie when they saw them. So when they caught them, they had a live owl, the skin of hyena, and the skeleton of baboon, and you know, the winnowing basket that they used to fly. I heard that they used this basket to fly in Zimbabwe, and they had some kind of concussion in some kind of bottle. That was what they found with them. But these two women are denying that they are witches. They are saying that maybe somebody is playing tricks on them. They actually live like 400 miles away from where this happened, and they cannot explain how they got there. So people saw them walking around naked in the morning, and they decided they must be witches. They must have crash landed, and that was how they concluded that they are witches. So the crowd gathered around them, taking their pictures and videos, shouting, "Come and see witches! Come and see." One pastor gave them a red wrapper to tie around themselves. But you know, I keep asking myself, why can't these same people go after the head of witches in Zimbabwe? The one that has been tormenting all of them for decades. Or what do you call an 89-year-old man who has clung to power since the country's independence in 1980? Can you imagine? That means that if you were born like 33 years ago in Zimbabwe, the only president that you know is the witch. I mean, it's Mugabe. Sorry. Isn't that sad? The economy has been wrecked. Inflation was so high that they no longer spend their own currency. Now they're spending American dollars. There's no freedom of the press. People are not allowed to protest or speak against the government. Isn't that worse than two witches crash landing? But having said all that, I have to blame those witches. They are not reading newspaper. No. If only they got the memo from Swaziland. Remember some months ago, I told you guys that it's now a law in Swaziland that witches are not allowed to fly above 150 meters. Yes, I'm not joking. This is true. You can go and read the story. So they must have not been paying attention to the witch newspaper. Even witches have to follow aviation laws in order to avoid crash landing. Anyway, the ladies have been ordered to go for mental examination because, you know, the whole thing may just be mental. You get what I'm saying? And they remain in police custody until the 26th. And you know that right now they are asking to speak with prophets, the big prophets in Zimbabwe. They are telling them that they need deliverance, that the prophets should come and deliver them. I just think that it's very unfortunate that poverty is rising in Zimbabwe. A lot of people are now turning towards prophets that will tell them to bring cows, bring this, bring that, or they turn towards witchcraft. They're not even turning towards God. You know, there's a difference between a man of God and God. Some of you don't know the difference. I pity you. And speaking of Swaziland, you know, I keep wondering, when would their king stop chasing after young girls? I thought he no longer suffers from libido-giantis disorder. You know that disease. Did you guys hear that he has now chosen another wifey? Yes, so 18-year-old Sindiswa Dlamini, that's the name of the new bride, a girl who recently finished high school. Are you sure that is her picture? If you don't have her picture, don't put somebody else's face. So yes, so that girl will now be his 15th wife. I'm like, what? Am I now supposed to believe that an 18-year-old girl is like so in love, you know, with this 45-year-old man? Like, seriously? Guy, you know, at least walk on your stomach if you want to be chasing after young girls. 15 women, you alone, you want to kill yourself? How do you even do it with so many women? Do you know that some people have only one wife and they are saying that it's more than enough?
And I have only one wife. I
didn't tell you to play that video. Thank you very much. Sorry, Yari, Mr. Kibaki. How can one man be doing it with so many women? How is he satisfying each one of them? Because, you know, women, we like to be satisfied. So instead of this man to focus on taking care of his people, just 1.2 million people, the last absolute monarchy in Africa. You know, he has fortunes worth $200 million. Yet, more than 70% of his people live in poverty. He's not doing anything about that. And the prevalence of HIV/AIDS remains one of the major challenges of that country. He's not doing anything about that. Instead, he keeps marrying new brides. And you see why I tell you that we have a problem in Africa? I don't know anything new. In fact, I don't like to talk about people. I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Kenya, a 21-year-old Form 4 secondary school student who can barely read or write has generated electricity for the people of his village from a nearby stream. Take a look.
Magero has tapped water from River Godo in his Kahindoine village, and using a bicycle rim, an old chaff cutter part, and a conveyor belt from an old chaff cutter to make a turbine, a gearbox and a generator, he has managed to produce the power, 300 volts of it. He continued ascending heights, posting success. He cut down some trees from his mother's compound and used thin zinc wires to carry power to their house about 300 meters from the river. However, his academic performance mark is E-class, and he can barely spell some words. For instance, success.
S-A-S-S. He had 188 marks, and we noted the challenge that he had is that he was not able to light. I would give him some simple words to light, and he would not be able to light.
And the light bulb moments mark the beginning and the end of his creation. The first, an idea switched on in Standard 4 after he saw how a bicycle dynamo works. The second, a literal bulb going alight. This story could possibly point to the great need to put more emphasis on skills and careers that are not deemed mainstream.
Isn't that something? I hope that at least this will inspire some parents not to give up on their children just because they don't get good grades in school. You know, many times school grades doesn't really reflect what's in here. You get what I'm saying? Some people are very creative and they may not get good grades in school, but they're very creative. And if you're a student and you're not doing well right now, please don't give up on yourself. You know, keep trying. Your grades doesn't mean that you never amount to much. Just remember Bill Gates, you know, the richest man in the world right now. Do you know that the guy did not finish college, yet he's the richest man right now? Even George Bush, the former US president, he didn't do well in school. The list goes on and on. Just take a look at this. You know, I feel so inspired right now. I want to go after my dreams, you know. Don't you ever give up on someone just because of their present situation. You know, having said all that though, I'm not telling you to accept failure as your fate. No. If you are getting bad grades in school, I'm just encouraging you to keep trying and believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it. Like that guy, I'm really hoping that he will learn to read and write at least, so that when he becomes big, he can write big contracts and, you know, sign checks. But did you guys notice that his teacher didn't know how to pronounce right? I'm really sorry, you know, I had to catch that. I was like, what is she saying? That he cannot light?
He was not able to light. I would give him some simple words to light, and he would not be able to light.
I'm so sorry. I really apologize, but you know, I had to catch that. So don't you ever give up on yourself. Just keeping it real. I'd like to give 2 shout-outs today, and the first one is to a Nigerian man, Adeola, who has developed a range of mobile applications to promote and preserve the African culture. Guess what these apps do? They teach people Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba languages. Yes, so, and not just that, this apps has folk tales, African etiquette. I mean, isn't that cool? You know, no more excuse for those who really want to teach their children Nigerian languages. These apps that he developed target children, you know, ages 1 to 12, and they can be downloaded on iPad, iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, or whatever your kids use when they're playing. You know, it has animations, sounds, games in order to stimulate their interest in learning Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba languages. You know, just visit his website. You will not be disappointed. I already downloaded some of the apps myself for Hausa, so I know my people. Also, I like to give a shout out to a 6-year-old, really cute little girl who won this year's Yoruba's Got Talent competition in Ireland.
Eshegun. Ekale bàbá mi, ekale ìyá mi, ekale ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ràkúnmí, labalábá, Ejo.
Isn't that cute? That was like so cute, you know. Her name is Oluwanumilekun Makinwa, and I'm sure that her parents are really proud of her. And in case you're watching, Numi, I am so proud of you, okay? Keep it up, girl. I'm just keeping it real. Before I read your emails today, I'd like you guys to meet a Nigerian couple in Texas who are literally touching lives in thousands every year. Now, for the past 25 years, my people, Dr. and Mrs. Sonny Acho take doctors, surgeons, nurses, pharmacists, and other volunteers to Abia State of Nigeria every year from the US here, every summer, to go and spend 2 weeks providing free, as in FREE, free medical care for the people. Take a look.
Nearly 2 decades ago, Dr. Sonny Acho, a Dallas mental health professional, and his wife Christy, a nurse practitioner, began organizing a medical team to journey across the world and bring help and hope to the people of Nigeria. Native Nigerians, the Achos built a compound on family land and used it as a base of operations and a place to house the dozens of doctors, nurses, and volunteers needed to run their medical missions program.
We have a passion for this. We know the place, we know the terrain. We're from there. So we understand exactly what's going on and what we're trying to accomplish.
Isn't that inspiring? Don't you just feel like doing something for your community right now? You know, sometimes we feel like there's nothing we can do, or the work is too much, or we're trying to develop Nigeria. Where do we start? Just start from where you're from, you know? Did you notice that the man was saying that he's from that place? Just start from where you're from. I keep imagining where we would be by now if more Nigerians will have this kind of spirit. And by the way, all their children are involved in this mission. Their 2 daughters are so involved, and their 2 sons. I really like that, because when the parents get old, it doesn't mean that the work will stop. You know what I didn't tell you is that their 2 sons are actually NFL players. Yes, so you see, yet these guys are so involved in the mission. In fact, take a look at them in action.
You know, you see what we're doing right now. We're trying to have fun with the kids, give free medicine, and just help people.
We've just been out here trying to help as many people as we can. The lines have been long. We haven't been able to see everyone, but we've been able to do a big part, and we've been able to accomplish part of our goal so far.
Oh, that was so cute. Right now, the family is raising funds in order to build a permanent hospital in Abia that will be able to accommodate up to 3,000 people at once. Yes, so that the people there won't have to wait until they come back again next year. You know, isn't that wonderful? Please take a minute, visit their website to know more about what they are doing, or to sign up if you want to be a volunteer to go with them to Abia State, or just to encourage them and tell them to keep doing what they are doing. So, having said all that, I realized that these people are risking their lives. So I want to warn all the kidnappers in Abia State, pay attention to me. There's something they call touch not my anointed. Can you understand the words coming out of my mouth? If you ever lay your hands on any of these ones, I'll be forced to practice my taekwondo on you guys. You get what I'm saying? I'm watching you on Plasma TV. Just keeping it real. Before I leave today, I like to read some of your emails. Please, when you write me emails, try to tell me where you are writing from. I like to know the various places where people are watching Keeping It Real. So our first email today is from Pius Iduose. He says, "Hi Adeola, since these thieves that we call our rulers will not change, we also will not give them rest. Please keep it up." Thank you so much, Pius. I really appreciate that. And our next email is from Princess Olex. Yes, a female. And she says, "Hello Adeola, I love watching Keeping It Real. And the funny thing is that my 3-year-old daughter knows and loves watching your program too." What? A 3-year-old? Hi cutie, how you doing? She wants me to buy her every dress you wear. And she knows how to do your signature dance. Okay, hello little cutie pie, how are you doing? Okay, guess what? I'm gonna keep the dresses for you, and you know, the pants and everything. I'll keep them for you so that when you grow up to be like my age, then you can have them. But the only thing is, by then you will see better designs and, you know, new styles. You probably don't want to wear them, but I'll keep them for you. How about that? Thank you for watching Keeping It Real. Okay, so her mom continues to say that when you become first lady, I'm sure I will be your vice. Madam, come here. I'm still campaigning to be the first lady. You are talking about being my vice already. Let me get there first now. There's already a long line of people that want to be my vice. You can't just, come in like that, but for the sake of your daughter, maybe I will consider, You know, do well. So our next email is from Peter Owolabi, and he says, "Hi Adeola, have infected everybody in my office with your messages. Wow. I'm a sole distributor of every episode of Keeping It Real through flash drives, Bluetooth, Facebook." That is my person right there. You see, now I'm saving in order to burn all these episodes on DVDs and give them out to all Nigerians that are celebrating wicked politicians. Mr. Peter Owolabi, you know, do well. You see, this kind of person is my person. You get what I'm saying? It's my don't play that. You know, do well. God bless you, Jare. The rest of you don't have to burn DVD, but forward it to somebody. You know, do well. Thank you. Our next email is from AC Anekwe, and he says, "Hi Adeola, the solution to Nigeria's problem is in the minds of Nigerians. When Nigerians change the way they think, everything will change. When the people are ready, the gods will step in." Thank you so much, Mr. Anekwe. That is true. I think our main problem has to do with our mentality. In Nigeria, a lot of people, not everybody, think that they cannot be changed. No, I believe that there will be a change in Nigeria. That's why I'm doing this. It's for our leaders to know that people are watching and they are paying attention to what's going on, and that we are hoping for better, because let me tell you, someday Nigeria will change, and I can't wait for that day. Our next email says, "Hi Adeola, our names are Christy and Elodie. We're sisters from the Republic of Congo." People are watching Keeping It Real from Congo. Yes, sir. You guys made my day, like right now. You really made my day. We wanted to say congrats to the show. Oh, thank you. As African diasporans, we like to keep in touch with what's going on back home, and you do a great job of providing us with the latest news, and also in an entertaining manner. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are watching. And our next email is from Holajobi Olufunke, and she says, "Good evening. I'm Funke Olajobi from Italy. I just want to tell you to keep on doing the best. God will continue to protect and guide you." Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that from a sister. I love hearing from women, just to know that they are also concerned about the well-being of our continent. Alright, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingreal@gmail.com, and you can find my Facebook fan page. Yes, some of you have been asking. I'll be sure to upload some behind-the-scenes photos, of me doing the show, and as well as videos that I feature in the shows, so that you guys can watch the full length of the videos. Thank you very much. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.